All right. Well, I didn't want to even do a video on the Relooted Steam discussion page, but I knew I had to do this. It's like we've reached this level of wokeness, and you know what? I almost don't even like talking about woke shit anymore because it's just so ridiculous in today's world. And to be honest, there's so much great entertainment out there that it's now just a fucking sideshow. But given that the Steam discussion pages are usually absolute gold, for those who don't know, anybody can go on a Steam discussion page and just do whatever with it, which is fucking hilarious. And Steam gamers are the biggest demographic of gamers and very often the most based motherfuckers on the internet. So this game came out Relooted, or is coming out. I can't wait till it comes out. That almost seems to have an aura of pushing something in your face. Of it's like a reverse form of racism. It's like showing that other people are racist, and that's like the general point of the game. And Xbox is of course supporting this. Now the devs came up with the brilliant conclusion to make a game about Africans stealing African artifacts back from here. Where is it? Does it say on it? Western Museum. Western Museum. Now, what could they mean by Western? Let's see. Who's predominantly the people in Western civilizations? Some could be someone with similar skin colors to myself. I don't know. Maybe, possibly. But anyways, this game is coming out. It's ridiculous. I cannot believe they're making it, but they could have just made this a cyber heist game. They could have just made this like cyber heist the game or whatever, but no, they had to make a whole and look at the cinematics. There'll be all kinds of virtual signaling in here about how other people are terrible, and yeah, it's gonna be funny. And I almost think that this nobody would even know this game didn't exist if they didn't do what I call race raging bait. Is it they're using the people's um, just overall sentiment towards woke culture as bait for people to buy it, to rage watch it, to play it for content. That's what they're doing. And Xbox supports them because Xbox is coming in with a total blind eye saying, oh, you're making an African game. Oh, we'll support that. But it's gone over exactly how you would imagine in a game about black people stealing. And I've seen with black creators, they're in on the joke. They just think that this is just the stupidest thing anyways. Like cuz a lot of people, a lot of black people generally, unless they're highly leftist, just think that the wokeness thing is just they just roll their eyes. They just want to just continue enjoying things. They don't want the whole culture thing to get in the ways. When you make it all about, this like minority groups and let's help them, and you're just inviting a level of what I call reverse racism. Is that they're inviting people to be a certain way, and that's what Relooted obviously is doing. Probably the greatest example we've ever seen. I mean, South of Midnight was kind of that way. Other games and movies and TV shows. The Acolyte was very much that way. Is what it does is it's reverse racism. It's existence in itself is racist towards its own predominant group, which in case Relooted towards African people. It's very funny and it's very odd, but let's just see here. Okay, so yeah, we've seen Reloaded. It's a very mid game. I mean, Xbox has the technology to just send these people like probably a PDF file saying, and the devs being like, "What would you like in their video games?" And they'll just type it into a fucking Unity or Unreal whatever code and blip, and it'll just pop out a game. It's that easy to make video games nowadays. And of course, with such easy access to this technology to make whatever the hell you can dream up, you get fucking ideas like this that just become so ridiculous that the gaming population becomes that. So let's look at this. Oh my god, the very first post. The fucking first post is N. Oh man, I'm scared to see what is N plus. N plus is a wicked game, by the way. Oh, it is on Steam. I remember that awesome old Flash game called N, and you play N plus and N plus plus. Oh my god. See, like situations like this where people are just shooting the shit about nothing on a game totally unrelated. Oh, the irony. Museums are the way people in the US have an opportunity to learn about all cultures, and these aren't places open to public relatively cheap by admission. Does that all that money go into educational purposes? So, in the act of relooting artifacts and destroying public property, oh man. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and that's exactly what I said about reverse racism. Is that congratulations? Now your credibility as game server is forever tarnished by the act of slandering the cultural group you're trying to represent. It's reverse racism. You need an option to be white. Also, most people in Europe are brown slash black. So how do you tell who the bad guys are? That is a false statement. Uh, in North America and in Europe, basically majority of the population is white. That's why they call them minorities. But a lot of people will go on to say that that's not true. Is anybody genuinely offended? Yeah, I know. Like, I mean, that's the thing. Is that like that's hilarious. San Andreas. Yeah, I know. San Andreas is like gang culture, shooting people, selling drugs, blowing up, you know, buildings and fucking, taking out whole gangs of people. And you were a CJ. That's a hilarious comparison. Even Franklin to a degree in GTA 5, but Franklin comes across in GTA 5 as a very centered, like he's not inherently an evil person. He's kind of just becomes a part of a horrible criminal enterprise. What kind of game is this? You gotta look for these ones, the ones with all the reward. Oh my god, I'm sick of that. This was one when this first got announced like 10 days ago. Mostly exhausted and infuriated by the constant uproar of every black character on the game. The game is a darker skinned protagonist and diversified cast. The internet erupts with vitriol. Why does the character have to be black? They care. Blah 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 blah. Way to misrepresent the problem. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. People only care when it's an obvious um, shoving down of people's throats. They just don't care. They just like people only care. Look at Blade, Wesley Snipes in the um, uh, what is it, Deadpool and Wolverine. Were there people upset about Wesley Snipes in fucking Deadpool and Wolverine? Like, oh my god, it's woke. It's got Wesley Snipes in it. No, because he's a fucking great character. He's cool. Let's bring George Floyd's brains. God. St. Floyd, they really bring it on to him, doesn't it? Don't they? But yeah, no, I mean, this is my point, is that, like, they only care when they make it cringe and diverse. And that, they don't care. We don't care if you have games about that. Give us an open world game about, the Zulu tribe surviving in Africa and fighting off colonialists. That would be fucking cool. That'd be a wicked game. This is a game idea I've had in my mind. Oh, if you're gonna make a game that's representative of African cultures, make it like a Zulu fucking warrior game that's wicked and like doing all that. But they just don't get it. And this level of we're going to, be in everything now and it's DI and, it's got to have this amount of people. God. EVT or Snap. The point is that they have jobs are at stake. That's a perfect one. The point is that they've completely and utterly made it terrible the way that they just wokeify everything. Concord 2.0. I mean, this isn't gonna reach the heights of Concord if you'd even call it the heights. This is gonna be a game like South of Midnight. It just comes out and people think hundreds of YouTube videos like mine on it, and like nobody's gonna buy it. It's gonna get like 200 to potentially 1,000 people on Steam, which is like the generalized number of these games. Maybe 20,000 copies sold. That's about it. That's like it's just gonna become nothing in the grand scheme of gaming. George Droid DLC. Trying to find. Is there a way to sort by? No, there's not. Often the most commented, and those ones are the best. Great timing releasing a looting simulator. Wasn't that between the ice raids and that? Oh, God. With all the videos of the LA riots, oh my God. Oh. There was a one about the favorite N word. There was a really hilarious thread in here. Let's see if we can find it. Teenage mob recruitment options. I'm sure running in a museum and stealing artifacts of this game is fun, but why not offer other options to steal these artifacts? For example, recruiting a mob of teenagers to parts in the museum and distract the security guards or starting a brawl with each other. Yeah, dear God, man. I mean, black people gotta find this funny too. Like, come on. Like, I mean, if you're gonna take life so seriously, like, I'm literally like I literally do not give a shit if people make fun of my European ancestry or my white skin color. Like, I really would not give a flying shit. People can be as racist as they want to me, as long as it's funny and jokey. I wouldn't care. And even if they're trying to be insulting, I'll be like, sure, fine, I don't care. Oh yeah, this is one I posted. Graphics are the real. This is me trying to look at it. Got a few rewards there. Graphics are pretty basic, but it gives an. This is me trying to emphasize that the Steam forum themselves is a great game. The graphics are pretty basic, but gives an excellent experience. Lots of laughs and pretty easy to understand. That wasn't e- is it there isn't even a download. It's just a part of Steam. It's more of a text-based adventure that has 1 to 4 hours of gameplay. Thanks to the devs who make this game possible. Its community is wonderful and there should be plenty of content to come. 9 out of 10. How do you win? We already won. Someone put poetry on the thing. Yeah, it's funny. I mean, it's fun. It's funny to see this. Where is that one post? Game gets announced. Oh, this is a pro game. Forum dying out with a few addies left. Devs seem to have left the forum a long time ago. Still no news on developers. They could just cancel it. I mean, I would cancel if I was them. Do you really want to just be the butt of a joke and not get anything? I mean, yeah, I don't know what the developers were thinking. I don't know what they were trying to do, but when the Paris DLC. God. George, where is that one? They may have deleted it. There was a really funny post. You can't even believe this is real life sometimes. My new game. Nah, they might have gotten rid of it. I think they deleted that one. It was a whole thread. Someone just said favorite N word on the thing. Everybody was giving examples like uh, Nintendo, and it was just like an obvious play on word and stuff. Is this game a sequel to Tyrone Simulator? See, that would be fucking funny if they made that. If they made like just an absolutely attempted to be the worst stereotypical game ever. Anyone else exhausted by the anti-woke activists getting mad just because they see a black person in a video game? I'm not racist, but I don't get tired of seeing all this hate directed at a game just because of skin characters. Nope. Nope. You gotta admit, there's like a subsect of gaming now that didn't even exist 10 years ago, where it's like here's all your great games that you get to play and have fun and enjoy, and then there's this like all this woke stuff that you get to just like make fun of, and it's just a stupid reoccurring joke, and it's so funny. Woke trash detected. I mean, this is almost beyond this game is almost like a beyond a woke. It's beyond wokeness. It's just like it's like Veilguard. It's just like to the extreme of how far they can push this in the gaming. These ideas, these like political messaging. Who thought this was a good idea? Yeah, no kidding. Take a phone, sit around, relax, and think about this. You made a game revolving around the idea of black people stealing things. What gave you the impression this was a good game in the market? I think they honestly just knew. They just knew that it was gonna piss people off and create all this hype, and they were thinking that maybe this would lead to like hundreds of thousands of sales, but like people are almost it's almost too extreme that people are like the more like centered woke make funners out there are even gonna shy away from this one because it's so built around the idea of that. What would we do with the looted artifacts? We just hoard them, probe it, and openly displaying for everyone to see them. Sell them for. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't believe that person. W anime, and look at the profile pic too of the person who posted that. That is internet gold right there. I'm taking that for the thumbnail. Oh no. Okay. Wait. Pawn them. Pawn shop is the answer. Oh man, this is funny. Diluted. Who gets this game? So yeah, I mean, you got pages of people saying all this. Is this game racist? Yeah, like I said, like it is like the reverse form of it. They're just inviting people to feel a certain way. They're inviting people to be stereotypical. They're inviting people to be racist. They want that controversy. They think it stirs things up. It's the same thing with the acolyte. It's the same thing with many of the things. They want to be as obnoxious as possible about this, and show that we can do this. We can make something that makes you feel a certain way. That's their whole point of making this entertainment. Damn it, they got rid of that one thing. There's more. As we are going through here, there's more posts. That. Oh. Incredible, honestly, crazy. I can't believe they make this shit. I cannot believe they make shows on this shit. Let's lead off by reading some of these comments. I comment there. South Park could make make a parody that is good. Yeah, no kidding. Africans get into game development. It's a thief set simulator. I think that most of the people who work on this is white. I've seen a picture of the group that made it. They're mostly like South Africans who just like they're those kinds of people who just they want to be they want the world to be a friendly place where everyone gets along and accepts culture and it's wrong to be this way and can't fix this world. Mostly peaceful the game. Mostly peaceful the game. God damn it. This is the same comment as me. Oh man, mostly peaceful the game. But none of the artifacts will be a wheel. God. They make it too easy by making this stuff. It's just insane that this is even a thing. But you know what? Maybe we'll get all get a good laugh out of it and move on. And I'm almost I know that there are creators I follow who are African who think this is hilarious and it's stupid. And, it's the right way to look at it. It's like they're not helping anyone's situation by being like by making this content in these games that come out that are just so obviously to get a reaction of out of the anti-wokers because there's two levels of it. You're either like me who just think it's all funny, it's all a joke, haha, we laugh around it. And then there's people who are devoutly hateful and it just can take things to the greatest level. Dark the light side of wokeness and the dark side of wokeness that is literally causing horrible social divides in the world. And by making this shit, they make it worse. They make it worse. This there wasn't if you go back 10 years, 2015 before the real resurgence of wokeness in entertainment, there was so much less conflict online. There was so much more disdain for the other side. There was by they did the actual absolute reverse. They caused the absolute reverse of what they set out to do, which is they said to make everybody all inclusive and get along, and in the end they made everybody 10 times more divided by saying every game has to have a black character in it, every movie has to have black people in it. Everybody's racially diverse, everybody has different genders, put it in everything, everything's got to be a habit. you know White people are XYZ. By doing that, they made things insurmountably worse. So congratulations, they fucked it up. But yeah, that's my video on it. It's hilarious. Go check out the Steam forums. This is great.